and preparation. And right now, current form, not looking great, but we're going to have to wait and see, Harry.
Yeah, we are. The map is Overpass. I'm 99.999%. There we go. Nailed that, right? So
don't question yourself.
I know, man, but you know, I do doubt myself a lot, Hugo. I need to not more. You looked at my hair.
You didn't doubt yourself with that haircut.
I know I didn't doubt myself with it. I was feeling, you know, the creative juices were flowing. I was feeling great. And I had my own Britney Spears moment. We've all been there.
Went mad.
Yeah. But, like, you know, we've all been there, Hugo. It'll only be a matter of time till you get shaving away. But, yeah, we can see players getting sat down, getting into the server, and potentially this is about to be underway.
Yeah, boy, this stage is immense as well. We just had a chance to walk in there and have a look at it here for day one, and I am so excited to see what I've been told is a sold-out arena. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Does look fantastic. We're going to have a lot of people there, but let's get into things, Harry. We do have the first map of the day. The first map for this B stream, it is going to be Overpass, as you say. NiP taking on AVANGAR here, best of one, and straight into the action we go.
Yeah, pistol round underway, and it's NiP starting things off over on the T side here. Utility getting picked up by Forest and Get Right. See a couple of smokes, couple of flashbangs, and they'll turn their attention in towards middle. Now, there is a Dren here spotting for it. That facilitates that early four-man hold down towards the B-bomb site. A Dren. He's in a spot of danger now. They've boxed him into a corner, and they will shut him down. AVANGAR losing a man early on, and now 5v4 for the Ninjas. Things looking good here to start this pistol round.
Yeah, but the immediate rotation. Look at AVANGAR set up on top of this A site. There are 3 players here, and the fact that NiP have hesitated, they've delayed, they've slowed it down, is making AVANGAR second-guess themselves. Jane begins to rotate back, but that may come to bite them because now NiP moving in. Kicker, quick shot onto Plopsky. That shuts down the split. Now it's just the Toilets players, and they're getting mullered. Kicker with a second. Sanji gets one before he falls, and Lekro's fighting inside of the smoke. Get Right needs to save him. Lekro getting a frag, but is it going to be enough? He's into the 1v1 now. Coming alive in the pistol round here, 4 to his name, looking for the ace, and Jame hiding in the back.
Oh, but Jamie's very good at hiding himself away. He will pick up that last kill. AVANGAR, they're able to actually kind of long that one out, right? They lose a man so early on, a Dren over towards Toilets, and there's a moment, right? Lekro over in the bomb site, you think he's going to do enough, right? He's getting it all done, but not meant to be. Jame tucked away. Pistol round goes in favor of AVANGAR. Now they can get themselves off to a great start. You think about how that pistol round began, how it started shaping up, and honestly, it's a stellar recovery there from AVANGAR.
Yeah, good signs of life from Lekro, right? We know how good he can be with the pistols, especially that Deagle that he has brought up in this second round. We got a couple of rifles, but by and large, pistols on the other 3. On the other side of things, AVANGAR, well, if anything, it almost looks like a weaker buy. 4 SMGs and an M4 coming into round number 2, but let's see how they can make do with it. Forest looking to try and find some opening kills here with this Krieg. The best gun in the game, really, right now, if you go off of recent meta. And NiP going to be moving through, trying to take control towards those short waters. Get Right in the connector as well. And AVANGAR not playing too aggressively, giving a lot of room for NiP to work, trying to gauge what kind of buy they have. And with how slow paced this round has already been, I'm sure AVANGAR are going to be expectant of some kind of force.
Yeah, almost definitely. I will see this Deagle first over towards short, though. Maybe not going to give too much away. Rez trying to move into position here. There are players nearby here who could discover him. He's tucked himself in towards the sandbags. The rest of NiP still up in the Toilets. That Krieg, that AK, yet to show their presence and give up the force buy here in this round. Rez getting close, will get churned up by the MP9 over on a Dren. Man advantage taken for AVANGAR. Now we need to see this Krieg, this AK, look to get into this round.
So reserved from AVANGAR. They're not giving the fights away. They're not giving NiP the opportunity to get back into this round. There's 18 seconds. They're only just getting onto the site. The smoke for the bomb plant. Jame can spam away, and there's the bomb dropped in the open. No recovery here from NiP, and a slaughter on that A-bomb site from AVANGAR. That was so nice. Really, really passive play, not giving NiP any chance in that round. And even after Rez runs into B, the info that AVANGAR get that it's not a B take at the 20-second mark by Kicker peeking on Dicebox. He spots a couple of players. He sees that bomb, and he just hides. He goes, I don't don't want to take that fight. There's 15 seconds. I just have to stay alive, and AVANGAR doing exactly that. 5 players surviving and 2 rounds to their name.
And I mean, for AVANGAR, right, they go into that round with majority SMGs. You've now got yourself a Krieg over on the CT side, which is incredibly powerful. AK as well, over in the hands of Sanji, who had a phenomenal performance, by the way, back at the Major. He was one of the players I loved watching within this squad, right? So they've now got him on that. These SMGs are just hunting down the pistol players in this round. And AVANGAR, out the gate, they are showing that major form has not gone away. They've just been locking down these first few rounds. Aside from the pistol, there's not been anything to write home about yet for NiP. Now, obviously, this round's just a pistol, but the previous Force Buy didn't really do much for me either. It's really going to be this first rifle investment in the coming round that we get to see what this NiP squad is made of. Just Forest and Lekro left. And Lekro's a man who's good with the Deeg. He's proficient with it. Forest looking for something down in mid, and it's Sanji hidden down beneath the party balloons. That celebration gets cut short, and Lekro, he'll get finished off as well. AVANGAR 3-0 lead. They keep it damn near flawless, only losing the one long player there. And now we do get to see this first rifle-on-rifle round.
Yeah, I mean, this is already going to be a scary start if you're NiP in their side of things, right? It's not exactly a map they've ever really had huge troubles on. They've been pretty successful, but do remember back at the Major, AVANGAR in a best of 1 took this over Liquid. They managed to take that in double overtime, if I recall, over, you know, I want to say the best team in the world, but obviously the Major didn't exactly prove that. However, I think we can still stand by that statement. So impressive stuff from AVANGAR and NiP. They're looking to pull out the boost in T-Spawn. Now, this does create some problems as a T side. It means you have no map control. It's going to take a while for NiP to get any progress. But AVANGAR, they're boosting up on their own side of things in the sandbox. They can see each other. Adren can see Forest's head there, but he's not reacting at all. You might see him dropping off there. But either way, NiP are going to walk into B after this point.
Yeah.
And Adren should have them for free.
This should be the mop-up. The boost didn't see it, and now the first man falling, NiP. Their eyes are in the sky, mate. They're looking for Olaf at this point with those shots coming down. And NiP, they're running away. They've got to leave B. They do get Lekro down into the monster side of things, but he also just bows out as well. He doesn't want to go running into this on his own. He doesn't want to give up that 1v1 or 1v2 down towards short. You know, you're already sitting a man down, and now you've got to try and look for your advantage elsewhere. NiP, it's back to this A-bomb site now.
James regressing as well. You can see him pushing through the toilets. It's a smoke, but it's just fading. And that's going to give room for NiP to move through and try and take control. He's got support here. Sanji's up on the flower bed, so he can at least peek short side and make sure that James isn't being wrapped for the time being. But a Molotov going down to try and help his escape. He'll stick by. Flash is good, though. No one's going to play off the back of it. Lekro only just moving up, and James drops the bomb. That's huge. 20 seconds left on the clock. AVANGAR sitting in a 5-on-3. NiP, they need a kill desperately, but they're not even through the long position yet. Forest is the only person who's going to be able to grab this bomb, and he's got to grab it now with James doubles it. Sanji holding off from the site, and Plopsky, it's all just covering up wounds with a band-aid. It's a 1-on-3. It's not going to happen. James shuts it down with a huge AWP round, and that's NiP falling once again in the rifles.
One of the things that I'm really liking from AVANGAR that we're seeing now, especially from James, is obviously, you know, he's got that reputation of, like, you know, the king of saving, right? He's always the last guy alive. But I feel like maybe some of that just came off of AVANGAR. They kind of, you know, maybe they felt confident in themselves, but they respected the opposition, right? They gave them that respect. They played the long game. Here, you're seeing James a lot more actually kind of lead these engagements and take these initial fights. And maybe that's just trying to throw the gauntlet down versus NiP, a team that you imagine coming into this AVANGAR feel pretty comfortably like they could take a map off of.
And so far, that seems to be panning out, Harry. 4-0 on this CT side. Defense-favored map, of course, but let's see how rough this could get. Expecting a 5-0 lead right now with NiP just sitting on Deagles once again. Lone CZ on Get Right. And only 3 smokes to the name, but that's good enough considering it is only a very low investment round. One thing that is sort of scary is 3 players from NiP are yet to get a frag. That's Rez, Lekro, and Get Right. Or Rez, Forest, and Get Right, rather. Lekro, of course, had that phenomenal pistol round, but Let's hope he can have another one here with the eco. AVANGAR holding on to the A site. It's Jane with the AWP. Again, similar setup with Sanji supporting, but this time we do have some long control. Kickett's up on the corner, and with only one player coming around that side, he's going to be able to deal with him very easily. Now the AWP can really come to life.
Yeah, and this is just the shooting gallery for Jame. He'll get them all. Oh, even maybe the fourth. And they're not quite going to get the wall bang, but they just hunt him down. Ruthless as ever. AVANGAR, another round. And I'm loving this. Even more confidence. They are just exuding it in the server. Knowing that NiP are on this low buy, right? The money's been dried up early on. You're already sitting now 5-0 up in this series. And you think about a lot of these rounds, there hasn't even been many kills coming in for NiP. So the money over on the side of AVANGAR is just building up and up and up as these rounds are tallying up for them.
Now they are on fire, Harry. You can see at the top, AVANGAR, 5-0 lead, 5 rounds flawlessly, and NiP, they need something. This has got to be it. And finally, AVANGAR starting to throw in some early aggression. We've not seen any party play, any playground control from the CT side, but now they're at least making NiP work for it. Great shot from Lekro, catching Sanji mid-jump. And that's a pick that NiP desperately needed. What will be AVANGAR's decision to try and turn that back around, try and turn the tide of battle, force another engagement? It would typically be down to the AWP, and Jame looks to be taking that upon his shoulders, but he's going to scope in too late, and Plopsky is already posted up. Another advantage for NiP. This is going to be a rough ride for AVANGAR.
Yeah, first time we've really seen them sitting in like this man disadvantage. They do go pushing out towards short, trying to reclaim what little ground they can. Ooh, and actually, Rez gets bested there by Adren. This was looking like an NiP round all day long, but now it's a 3v3. The A play about to come through, but the bomb has been dropped all the way back at T-Ramp. That's got to get picked up now. And even though they have retrieved it, they're trying to secure the A bomb site, but there's so much time for AVANGAR to set up, get into position here. All three players moving in. Kickett's just been hit on the truck all round long as well. Still the unknown factor here. NiP, they've waited all round to get a taste of this A bomb site, and now they start to close the gap. Get right, nades out. They're trying to get that bomb down, but Kickett might have something to say about it. He's denied the bomb plant. 15 seconds, but the kills are coming in, and it's Plopsky to get it. Adren, 1v2, and he's spotted Forest, and now just Plopsky left to try and finish off. Left of the box, the peek comes in, and it's Plopsky to break the streak for AVANGAR. NiP get their first round on the board.
I thought surely that would be AVANGAR's. Kickett played that masterfully, Harry. He was just hiding within the site, hiding behind the truck, did not face at all, let NiP get a full sense of security within A, and Get Right pushed up so far, he gets blindsided. Even, as you say, hesitate or stopping the bomb plant temporarily. But still not going to be enough here. Plopsky saving NiP when they needed it most. Also, another fight that definitely should be noted is that fight down towards B between Rez and Adren. Rez, he got peeked out from Adren on Pillar and completely whiffed the spray. That could have been a huge opening kill. That being said, not going to come back to haunt NiP too much with them taking the round, but with only one player surviving, it means they're very susceptible to having their economy broken. AVANGAR, as you mentioned, have got far too much money, Harry. Far too much money. So they're going to be coming back in with the AWPs, two of them, as Buster joins Jame, and that's just going to make this team even more lethal. We saw the extent of how damaging this double AWP setup can be for AVANGAR back at the major. With only Forest to deal with that on the T side, let's see what he has up his sleeve. Another boost for NiP. And the thing is, AVANGAR didn't know that NiP did this the other round. Adren got that kill while they walked through Monster, but he never spotted players on top, so this is still somewhat of a surprise, and it might catch these players off. He spots a player, but the train gets in the way as always. Third time lucky.
Hey, Forest plucking Kicker out the sky. It's Clay Pigeon shooting down towards that B bomb site. Forest showing he's a bit of a tenured veteran here. Man advantage taken for NiP once again, and that's something they've been getting pretty consistently now in these last couple of rounds. Now hoping they can try and play off the back of that. Buster posted up down here with his orb, looking in towards the long position, and there you go, jumping by. Buster missing that flick, and he's not going to re-peek into that. He's going to give this area up. You don't want to go another man down.
I like the attempt, though, from AVANGAR, right? They know there's a boost coming in. They therefore know NiP have no map control on Buster. He attempts some aggression down towards B. Finally, the shot pays off for him on Monster. Now NiP going to start to go back towards the A-bomb site at least. Bomb's still been dropped back towards the ramp, but you can see GetRight's already retreating to try and pick that one up. 30 seconds, you can't afford to leave that too late. Sanji's pushed up on toilets. James has his back covered, but still has to remain aware of the possibility of a long split. But right now they're going down towards B. Plopsky's found an opening kill, and that should keep someone up on this top site. Buster's already low. James has to hold on to this one alone.
Yeah, this man is a bit like a turret, and he's got to be now more than ever. James in the hot seat. They're getting closer. They're closing the gap. They're right behind him, and they will shut him down. GetRight and Forest just wrapping him at the truck, not giving him any room to maneuver.
That was a very weird round, right? NiP attacked both bomb sites at the exact same time. That's why AVANGAR ended up rotating a player down towards B. They were caught off guard by that one. Jane being the only man to actually stop the bomb plant that was never even needed. And typically when you send like a lurker into a B bomb site where you go for the real hit on A, that lurker maybe at most gets a kill and gets traded. But Lekro goes on a streak there. He shuts down the entire B bomb site while his team are picking up the pieces on A. So nice round from NiP, back to back. And they finally put the economy of AVANGAR under question. Only the AWP in play here for James. That's going to be it. Buster dropping that one over, I imagine. He's the one low on money. Everyone else on pistols here for AVANGAR. James needs a huge impact in this round if AVANGAR want to win it, or it will have to be James time once again. Oh, there's a gap in that smoke. Yeah. Oh, no. That is not how you had it planned.
No, certainly not. GetRight believes he has him dead to rights in that situation, right? Runs around, pre-fires the position. Almost does everything right, but almost being the key word. Now, someone who is doing this round right is Rez. He's gotten out through Monster. He's down at B, and he'll make quick work of Buster. So just like that, this site has opened up for NiP. Player up in heaven. That's Kicker with that scavenged AK. Bomb now moving in. Still yet to get planted, but Lekro plugging in those numbers, boosting James up into the crosshair, but still going to pluck Lekro from this round. AVANGAR have got themselves a man advantage, and now they look very, very tempted to attempt this retake.
Yeah, but Rez is so pushed up from his earlier position, gets Sanji, but Kicker's with a quick trade. He's picked up that AK from the body of GetRight, and he's making it work. James with another kill, and Forest, he's going to go with a secondary. The pistol's out, missing shots, and you only get a couple of chances up against AVANGAR. Kicker going to come in with a kill, and that's a 6th round taken. That was a solo AWP round, Harry, and a bunch of pistols, most of which weren't even armored for AVANGAR. Fantastic work. You could even see once Rez took the pit, he was so ready for that boost. He knew that AVANGAR were going to be heavily rotating from CT, so waiting for the head boost, but from such a low angle, he couldn't even spot James, who gets away with a kill. That could have even been miscommunication, where he says to his team, don't worry about the boost, I'm holding it, but he can't even get the angle. So James gets a kill right there, and Rez has nothing to say about it. Quick trade and a retake successful for AVANGAR, 6-2 on the CT side.
I mean, now, you know, you take a look at the investment for NiP. They're a little bit limited on players like GetRight, but the real problem is that money's just whittled away, right? They lose a couple of rounds of loss bonus on the back of the 2 that they get. They need a bomb plant in this round if they want to have an investment in the next. And this lead from AVANGAR, it really isn't a spot now just to keep on building up. They are right where they want to be, make no mistake about that. Lekro trying to get some short control here. Now, NiP have been pretty good at exploiting this portion of the map and getting over towards the B side of things. Lekro a few rounds ago, for example, getting Sanji up on that boost as he tried to jump peek on over. But this time, B doesn't seem like it's got too much love for NiP. No early kills gifting themselves over. Sanji with this MP9 has taken up position close to that smoke. When that clears, maybe we'll get to see the head-to-head between him and Lekro. The rest of NiP, they're working the A side of things, taking mid-control, very methodically so. AVANGAR threw a smoke in early on in the round towards the T-ramp and actually pushed up. So NiP have had to clear this entire mid-portion of the map while Lekro's been holding on to B. And now finally, with just under 30 seconds left, a play has to be made, a decision has to be found. It looks like these two try to sell the B fake, have to try and get past the Dren, and they will best him. Rotations coming in from AVANGAR, everyone but James. He'll be here inside of A, the real bomb site in question. And he's got to try and hold it off alone.
Not falling for NiP's tricks. They've tried this one too many times. GetRight does get that plant in, but Plopsky's got the cover, and James, he's trying to focus on both positions. GetRight grabs a gun, and that takes his attention away from Long. Will Plopsky be a problem? He's thrown a nade. He's given away his position, but he gets a kill for it. Kicker getting very confused as he's in his screen. He's getting 4x3. Plopsky is in his radar, but no idea, and he lets him sneak back towards Long. Kicker, however, they still don't know, and I think with more time passing, less consideration of even going for this round for AVANGAR. James gets caught as well by the repeat from Plopsky, and Kicker, he's just got to save. He's got to try and grab that AWP if he can. Falling down towards the B site, it's NiP finding a third round, and yeah, there's definitely some problems there for AVANGAR. Definitely some miscommunications in the midst. Plopsky not going to be able to steal the AWP away from AVANGAR. That's never going to happen, but yeah, Kicker, I really would love to know what happened there for AVANGAR. He was sitting on truck. Plopsky was in his vision, and for some reason he's watching stairs for some misinformation from AVANGAR. It's going to cost him the round, Harry. Third taken from NiP, starting to make things competitive at least.
Yeah, very much so, and it's the younger ninjas right now that are up at the top of the board, right? Lekro, Plopsky, and Rez. GetRight and Forest down at the bottom. You want to see a bit more, especially, from the likes of Forest. He is the man within this squad who still routinely is able to step up on command. But also GetRight, man. I want his last hurrah with this team to be a memorable one. Ooh. James getting mollied out over in middle, and he will just concede this foothold for now. I think he's been heard by Plopsky falling back, so they know he's in the divider, but James very, very quick. Gets tagged up a bit, but they'll take the man advantage all day long. Smoke down in Monster, perfectly timed to stop Rez on that push. Denies any trade potential between him and Forest as well if he did go creeping forward.
And that is very important, right? Because Rez has been getting through this Monster position round after round. Think about that eco where he's already deep within pit. Even the rifle rounds where he's trying to sell this fake down towards B. NiP have been doing a good job of making AVANGAR second guess himself, and Rez has been a big part of that, and he continues to be so. Buster picked up on short. Pixel gap for Rez, and now we need the other AWP to try and find some success in the toilets. GetRight's moving through, and Kicker, I like the re-aggression at 40 seconds. He's tucked himself in the cubby. GetRight, he might get caught, and he has. James found the shot, moving outside the toilet. Sanji shutting down Rez down on B, so 2 players left up for NiP, and only 30 seconds for them to get up on this A bomb site.
Yeah, the flash is holding Forest back that much longer. Lekro is very much alone at this side of the map, and with Forest now falling, James, he's just a turret. He's a railgun of a human being.
What can you even do to stop that, Harry? He's at 18 kills. He's top of the entire server. He's absolutely tearing NiP to shreds right now. The amount of time we're seeing that bomb get caught solo as well, it is pretty unnerving for NiP. It keeps being on the back of Forest in toilets, and it seems like one too many times NiP have only had one player left up in toilets trying to get that package towards EA site. Once again, it's dropped. And AVANGAR keeping things pretty on the CT side. 7-3 up, and NiP, as you have preluded, Harry, their money has been broken. They're down to $2,000. They've got double loss bonus, at least moving forward, but this is not a pretty picture.
Yeah, and I think, this strong showing from James is just being made that much more apparent, and I think it's because of the lack of AWPing power that we've seen from NiP, right? Forrest has had the AWP in a good few of these rounds now, and he's sitting down bottom of the board, 2 kills to his name. We haven't really had someone to go toe-to-toe with James yet and be able to actually rival him in that department. If the AWP isn't working, maybe we just see some rifles start coming out for NiP. Instead, they focus maybe on using utility to try and nullify James. But that is very much easier said than done. If Astralis and Liquid struggled,
yeah,
how are NiP gonna fare?
That being said, they've been doing good jobs of trying to counteract James, thinking back to last round where he was pushed up on the stairs towards A and they mollied close, using utility in positions that you wouldn't usually expect utility to be used, but that's because James is so pushed up. He was able to get away though, smoking off that molly. NiP in this round are given a lot more room, and a lot of the reason for that is they are on pistols. So AVANGAR want to fight from a range, and James sitting atop his ivory tower looks down to the peasants below, firing shots, but not connecting for now. Resmoke's even coming down, making NiP's path towards that A site even harder. You want to have that toilet smoked rather than the lane, as it's easier for pistols to burst out through that position, whereas James has far longer sight lines towards the banana side of things. Smoke going down, and what's the play? The boost up here for AVANGAR. This does take their attention away from short for a second, but James, he gets away with a frag onto Rez. His teammate actually getting blocked on the site. I think he got killed a little bit there, but it all might be worth it. The SMGs have rotated up, and AVANGAR starting to fall down.
Yeah, James really does have to make a stand here. We'll get another. That's the AK dropped at least, and James picking it up, going into the site, and everyone's fallen in a matter of seconds. NiP, it was looking like they could have done a lot of damage here. And now it's only Forest left. That bomb hasn't been tapped just yet, so he's got a bit of time, and actually has just eluded the man back here towards toilets. Adren missing that timing. Bombs planted for Forest, and Adren will shut him down. Defuse now comes in, and AVANGAR, an 8th round. 20-4 over on James, by the way.
That's just obscene, isn't it?
Man, he's not saving anymore. It's payday, and James is just spending and spending. He's treated himself, and he's looking good.
Yeah, frankly, the AWP investments are paying off, Harry. Only one of them, though. Buster's having a rough one at 2 and 6, but at this point, it doesn't really matter. You know, it's not like he's being needed. AVANGAR not had to deal with any B takes in the last 4 or 5 rounds, really, apart from these little lurks coming in from the likes of Lekro and Rez. James getting aggressive again, but the flash will push him off. That's only going to send him back. A problem to deal with later for NiP. Maybe sooner than they imagine, but AVANGAR clearly want to set up on inside of this A site. We may see another bait and switch shut up towards long, kick it on the corner, and James playing AWP all the way back towards the site. It's actually just going to be kick it solo. This can sometimes be a bit of a problem, but James seems to be floating in between the 2 positions. And AVANGAR at a certain point, with no B pressure coming through in any sense, they might even rotate a 3rd player back up, and it seems like Sanji will be that man moving in towards the A site. Actually with a real rifle in his hands today, which is rare to see, but I guess AVANGAR have the money for it. And NiP moving through the toilets towards this A site.
As you say, though, there's just been no presence down towards B from NiP this entire round, and that's something that they've showed in almost every other default thus far. So you can see AVANGAR, they've early rotated a 3rd man up towards A. Now you can play this bait and switch at long, but Kicker, once again, he's not actually able to spot Forest until it's all too late. And now the play might be about to come through. 30 seconds left on the clock. It's James time, but he's changing the definition of what that might mean. James on the dice box. Opening up with the first, and oh my goodness, once again, it's all really down to him. Buster's here with an AWP of his own, and the cannons aren't able to fire off in time. So Adren, 1 on 3, a lot to do here. Not able to deny the bomb plant. If he's going to go for this, he's got to get that defuse as well.
Ooh, reconsidering it already. He's not even going to attempt this round unless he comes back through the long side. That could work. Forrest has his back turned right now. But for how long? Adren is sneaking slowly, and yeah, Forrest has gone for a bit of a spin. He just checked it. He didn't commit to holding the back, but Adren's not committing to taking this fight, so it's going to be an NiP round regardless, and Adren, maybe he'll get an exit at most, but other than that, seeming successful for the Swedes. Actually, Forrest is going to give him an AWP here. Adren, assuming he hits his shot, this should be a free kill. Forrest jumps, he gets the info, and Adren walks right back in. Nice heads-up play from Forrest there. Expecting Adren to play for exits, and that will be NiP finding something. Yeah, I thought it could be a bit of a problem, the fact that NiP didn't show any presence towards B, but I really like that take on the A site to deal with the AWPs. They throw smokes down to, you know, cover the dice box cross and also on truck, and then NiP just dive through the smokes. They know that Buster can't do much without AWP up close. He gets 1 kill with a no-scope, but past that point, he's getting overwhelmed by AK-47. So NiP using the range to their advantage for a change and locking in a 4th round.
Yeah, that's a really nice point to take note of, right? Because we were wondering what it was going to take for NiP to beat these AWPs that have just been hammering them every bomb site they've gone to. And I really like that decision, as you're saying, you know, throw down the smoke, send 2 players through it, comfortable in the knowledge, right, that with the AWP waiting on the other side, he's firing 1 bullet before he gets traded. So worst case scenario, you get that 1-for-1 trade. And
I mean,
yeah, okay, that would be the real worst case scenario. But yeah, I mean, for NiP, it's a nice adjustment, nice mid-round decision. And I think for AVANGAR, now they have to switch things up, and that's why we see James taking that early peek over into middle, trying to be a bit more proactive with the AWP in this round. Obviously, one of two AWPs brought forward. Invested into, rather. And
I think this is
around them.
Sorry, I was going to say, this is where NiP can't afford to get complacent, right? They've already lost to this round before. They've lost to an even weaker buy from AVANGAR with just one AWP and 4 pistols without armor. So, you know, despite AVANGAR having low money and NiP knowing that, they can't afford to assume this is a free round. And I think this would be a great time for them to go B as well, right? Avoid that AWP. That being said, that's where the stack currently sits. 3 players down on B. And as I say that, the rotates come through, so make that just 2. However, Buster is one of those 2 players, and although this has been a slow start for him, he is on the cannon. NiP defaulting towards toilets and grabbing the bomb back down towards ramp as well. So this looks like, once again, it will be a B play. A rarity here for NiP's T side. That smoke lets them get a lot closer, and it cuts off a lot of information for AVANGAR. Like, we're going to try and play around the flower beds, but at any point he could get wrapped. And look at James. James is fully going behind him, and he has absolutely no idea. There's the kill, but most importantly, there's the info. AVANGAR know it's a B play, and Rez makes that very, very clear. Getting the entry down through Monster. 25 seconds, and AVANGAR playing for retake.
I mean, Sanji's not, and Buster's here. Sanji goes running in with the Deeg, and this round's falling apart. Not again, NiP. You cannot let this happen twice in such a short space of time. Get right, trying to save the day. Has alleviated some of the pressure here. Plopsky's helping out. And now it's Kicker and Sanji left standing. Make that just get right now for NiP. Down towards Monster. They've got a good idea, but time is ticking away from AVANGAR. They line up and get right, and he'll get them both. NiP saved by that man on your screen. A big sigh of relief from him. I don't think he even meant to get them both. Ooh, get right, wipe the sweat off your forehead. NiP in with a 5th round. Oh, that's the little get right plays you want to be seeing, you know. For someone approaching the end of the tenure in this team, I want to be seeing a bit more vintage before he makes his grand departure.
That is crazy, though. AVANGAR had the read, right? They double peeked him. Kicker went on top of the boxes. They knew exactly what angle he was going to end up playing, and he still gets away with both frags. You can never account for that if you're AVANGAR. They couldn't have played that one better. But unfortunately for them, get right spray, beloved by many, except AVANGAR, clearly. So another round coming in for the Ninjas, and pistols finally for AVANGAR. No AWP, nothing. Just a couple of sidearms. So this is where NiP should certainly make this half interesting. And Harry, this went from, you know, a minute ago being 7-3 and where you're getting worried, to now this is going to be, you know, assumingly 8-6. That's a good start. That's good stuff on the T side here, especially considering AVANGAR's tenure on this map. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. That crow got to clear long first. The Dren does get picked up. The USP getting rid of. Kick at 1 kill from the toilets, but it's an instant trade from NiP, and they retain the man advantage as they move towards A. Nice and slowly, though, not getting ahead of themselves. And actually, you can already see that bomb is rotating down towards the lower site. So NiP looking to avoid this setup from AVANGAR, who still have 2 players toilet side, and only Sanji down on the B barrels.
Yeah, Sanji and a Deagle now on the pillar, and I was hoping he might have had some heroics left in the tank, but apparently not. He will just get shut down immediately. James Buster bowing out of this round, holding on to that AK on James. And that will be a 6th for NiP. And I think one of the things to really consider, right, for AVANGAR, obviously, the real talking point is kind of trying to see if that major run was a fluke, was a one-off. But another thing to account for here is, Hugo, all major long, people were just sleeping on AVANGAR throughout, right? They were always the underdog. It was an astonishing run, incredible and completely unprecedented. But the entire tournament long, they were the underdog. They were the team causing the upsets. They were the team that was winning when they shouldn't be. And NiP now, you know, coming into this matchup, AVANGAR for the first time probably ever, at least in recent memory, yeah, they're the heavy favorites. They're the ones who kind of have everything to lose. And so often when that is the case, when these leads start to slip through your fingers, when you start to give up a half like this, that's where you see teams start to fall apart in matches that they should have every day of the week. As you say, Hugo, this was 8-3 at one point in time. It was a 5-0 start for AVANGAR. And now a potential a 7-8 half for NiP. that's just one hell of a recovery for the Swedes.
Yeah, it's great work, and let's see if they can put the final round in for the half as they rush towards B. It's something new, something faster, and it might be, or it might work out rather. They find one kill, a trade from Adren spray down on the barrels. Buster's hiding inside of the site though, and NiP, they haven't heard of this one just yet. Molly on the barrels, it's not going to tick away. Buster just avoids the flames, but Sanji won't avoid bullets. Electro falling into the pit with 2, and it's only Kicker. Blink and you miss it. The rush towards B works wonderfully for NiP, and this is going to have to be a phenomenal clutch for the young player of AVANGAR. Nice nade. Tags down Rez, but he can get double peek from this position and get right. Gonna give it to him, but oh no, he gets away with another frag. There's no trade from Rez, and now NiP just have to bunker down. They've lost their opportunity to get a refrag. Drop into the pit. It's a fake though. Does it force a hand? Does it force a fight? NiP go for it, and almost for Kickert. He runs out of ammo at just the last second. So close, but not close enough.
Yeah, I just started screeching. I thought Kickert had that in the bag. That looks so impressive. The pistol drop actually worked brilliantly. Like it rolled down the slope and then it made the water splash noise, right? That was the kind of like offset in timing, I feel like really made Sanji believe that someone had dropped. He swings wide. Kicker actually gets the spray transfer as well. That's the most wild part, right?
He hit like 40 damage on that last player.
Yeah, and just runs out of ammo. That's the only thing that separates it. But those sorts of rounds, they can decide everything, right? This goes from being a very one-sided half in favor of AVANGAR to start off to now a great half for NiP, right? They get 7 rounds over on the T side. They recover it from such a dismal start. We're starting to see the Swedes pick up some momentum, and they can be damn hard to stop right when that's the case.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've still got to see where this goes moving forward. The pistol round going to be a huge decider, as always. That's so cliche to say, but you know, AVANGAR, have they lost the sail? Have they lost the wind in their sails? Rather, moving into the second half, right? As said, confident beginning, falling short at the end. NiP picking up hope. Maybe things could start to get a little more dicey for AVANGAR. And again, just to reiterate, this should be a game that AVANGAR are winning. This shouldn't be one that they are falling short, considering the major performance. Obviously, if you had this game before the major, you maybe be questioning how confident this is for AVANGAR, but yeah, given their performance, given the teams that they beat just days ago, yeah, they need to pick up this win, Harry, and I think definitely people are expecting them to, even with this starting to closing up in the half.
Yeah, and I mean, the other thing, right, that I think it's important to realize is James was getting off to such an incredible beginning, right? I think he was 20-4 at one point in time in the first, like, 10 rounds of the game. He actually ends with just 22 kills. So he's having, like, insane impact for the first 10 rounds. And that was really when you saw the bulk of AVANGAR's success. And then they lose a couple. The AWPs suddenly aren't coming out all the time. The utility isn't always there. I think more importantly, the money started to establish itself for NiP. So they had all the utility to nullify Jame, and they actually do a stellar job of stopping Jame in this incredible form, because he wasn't missing. Every round, he would be the first man to strike someone from the tally of NiP, and it seemed almost untradeable. It seemed almost unthinkable what he was getting away with. And NiP, they were able to tame the beast.
Yeah.
So many teams have tried and failed. And it's NiP to actually figure it out here in map 1.
We are only halfway through, though. Still questions moving forward. And I definitely, it's a shame that we see that B rush coming through on the 15th round there. That was get right after winning the 1v2.
I figured it had audio, but obviously we didn't have it earlier. That's great. The official clutch noise of Sweden. Raise your in the air, ladies and gents, as the second half about to be underway.
Yeah. No, I was just about to say, you know, it's a shame we only saw that B rush coming through in the 15th round, right? It's a bit of a cheese. You don't want to do that too many times in a half, but yeah, it worked out so well for NiP, at least getting into the bomb site, right? Almost clutch, but let's just move past that because it didn't happen. Yeah, it makes you question that if NiP played faster at the start of the map, it certainly could have been a very different scoreline, maybe far more in their favor, but 7 rounds on the terrorist side of Overpass, you really cannot turn your nose up at that. NiP are going to be more than happy, and now moving into the favored side. We've got Get Right on the kit and Armors on the rest. So pissed around for AVANGAR. What do they got to show for us? Only utility for Adren.
Yeah, let's see where he does decide to take it. Elion boost down here towards the back of the B bomb site. Now,
look at this push, though.
Yeah, they're pushing down long, and they're going to get this flank in very, very quickly. The problem is this boost I've never really seen it get more than 1 or 2 kills at the very most. And the second you disassemble that, the utility can just keep you out of the bomb site. So really, Plopsky has to try and do a hell of a lot. And yeah, he gets dinked down immediately. And now with that boost getting disassembled, AVANGAR know that they've got full control of the B site. It's that triple long play now into the connector push that could throw a spanner in the works.
The scary factor is AVANGAR are boosting a player up into heaven, and because NiP are rotating through the connector, they're not going to have control of CT. It's only Forest there, so James just needs to stay alive and come alive later in the round. But Forest expects the peak. Jane gets caught. Buster trying to move in, but he's getting picked up from above as well. And it's just Sanji alone. 2 kills really quickly, and Garrett getting spammed. But the trade is in sight, and NiP will pick up the pistol. That is such a good call from NiP. Such awareness of where AVANGAR were going to play in that post plant, realizing that, okay, we're coming heavy from the connector. We need to be scared of this boost. Maybe it got heard. Maybe some information was thrown over to Forest there, but he was posted up. He was more than ready for that peak to come through from Jame.
And I mean, now we're seeing some really promising signs from NiP and some worrying signs from AVANGAR. They're going to throw this hero AK buy in. That's on the back of Sanji. Utility and armor on the rest of the guys. That's thanks to that bomb plant. They have a bit more cash to invest here. We'll still have an investment in this round coming if they lose this one. But every kill they get with this rifle on Sanji, that is another weapon into the hands of AVANGAR. You can get it on these players that have armor. That's Jame, Kicker, Buster. Keep an eye on them. You are just relying reasonably heavily on Sanji kind of, you know, reaping the harvest for you. They will clear out the toilets, sending in Dren out through mid as well. He's going to be that first point of contact, potentially, as Rez lurks down towards the toilets. Nothing spotted for NiP down towards B yet, so it must be in the back of their mind that this very much could be the A play. But Sanji with that AK already roaring to life. He'll best Rez, and now that's a weapon retrieved. Get Right will equalize things out at the very least. The A play now well and truly on. Pistols looking to close the gap, but Forest, that flash is good and allows him to get one. The trade found, an M4 now dropped. Sanji, this AK has been instrumental thus far in this round. Can he keep the good times coming for AVANGAR as this A play is set to come through?
The rotates haven't even fully come in. NiP still have a player down towards that B bomb site, so not fully convinced as of this push from AVANGAR. Buster's found himself an SMG. And AVANGAR, the slowdown in pace has really made NiP double guess, and Lekro's rotated back down towards that lower site when really it is the A play after all. They will have to play for retake. Get Right, he's got a kit, but he's given up the bomb site. Plant coming through, and AVANGAR, as long as they can get Sanji back in the toilets, this could still be a winnable round. But Get Right is looking to muscle his way back into the bomb site. Buster stops him at the door, but now it's just Sanji, 1-on-2. He knows where both these players are, spraying to Plopsky, gets some damage, but the repeat won't work out. However, Plopsky saves the day. AK picked back up, and NiP, they will get the retake on. It gets messy, it gets close, but it's still a 9th round locked in for the Swedes.
And I mean, what a turnaround it's been, right? You could see that they're now the ones on fire. And when you think about the fact, you know, AVANGAR get that little on fire graphic going 5-0 up, I thought it was just going to be dominance after dominance. I didn't think we would see that get swapped around. And NiP now in the driver's seat. This first rifle round about to come in. AWP in the hands of Jame, rifles for everybody else. This is where we really get a taste of whether or not AVANGAR can make this happen in their T-half. This is our first look at it. Connector control going to be the aim of the game here for AVANGAR. 2 players going down there. Plopsky and Forest, I think it was Forest, both dropping Molotovs down towards the connector. Actually, no, I think one was a T-molly and Plopsky throwing in one of his own. That has meant that AVANGAR have had to use a decent bit of utility now, clearing out the connector. You can see another Molotov just gets thrown in then. They've wasted a lot clearing out a position of a man that didn't exist. Being very methodical in getting this area on the map. Sanji rearing his head out, not able to spot Rez over towards long toilets, but Real chance that this could be our first point of contact. You can see Forrest is nearby over towards Long. He can just swing on Rez's contact. It's the bait and switch. And Rez, oh, the timing. I mean, it doesn't even play into it. He just gets beheaded, and James in with another. The follow-up found. The bait and switch read like a book. And AVANGAR now sat very comfortably 5v3.
And look at this rotation. NiP are pulling all their players up towards the A bomb site. But look at the bomb. It's already down on B. AVANGAR have doubled back. James is still getting kills on the top side of the map, but it might not matter because the ninjas are too far away. They have been absolutely sold a lie in this round, and AVANGAR have been given a free B bomb site. That will be their 9th, surely. And this is going to break the money of NiP if they do lose all their players. They've got nothing left in the bank. And AVANGAR only just realizing how easy this round has actually come to them. Free bomb plant. Adren just making sure everything's secured with the flashbang and trying to catch rotations down through the connector. But NiP, they are not budging anytime soon. Looking to lock in their positions. Letcro gets a frag, but it's not going to tempt them to go back into this bomb site. As said, money is a must for the ninjas, and they do not have a lot. So AVANGAR at least taking that rifle round. And I love the mid-round adjustment, right? Get 2 immediate kills on A. Don't fully commit. Just slow it down. Make NiP sweat. And, you know, just so ready to go down towards that lower site in expectation that NiP would have over-rotated, and they did. So really nice call there coming through from James. And AVANGAR equaling up the scoreline, not letting NiP get too far ahead. This is exactly the game I wanted, though, Harry.
Yeah. I was a little bit, I'm going to be honest, I was a little bit worried that when we first saw this, you know, we could have just had a bit of a blowout game to kickstart our time here in Moscow. I was worried AVANGAR were just going to run away with it, and that was kind of confirmed that much more as we headed into this, right? And they get off to a 5-0 lead. I was thinking, oh no, here it is. But no, NiP, they kept it competitive, and now AVANGAR pulling it back, keeping things even, 9-9. This is split right down the middle, and this is a game that on paper felt like it was very one-sided, so we are in for a real treat no matter which way this one goes. By coming back in for NiP, and they're sticking all they've got into this one. Full investment here. Get Right obviously held on to that AK along with Letcro, so they do have a couple of rifles in this round.
I think we're going to see a faster approach. I mean, look at the SMGs. This just hints towards a you know, quicker B play. AVANGAR, they like to really have a big, you know, repertoire of weaponry that they pull into their game. And some faster B plays with MAC-10s. That could certainly catch NiP off, who don't have the Molotovs to really stop this. Letcro spraying the smoke, though, and he gets a double. Quick shutdown. There's a return kill from James, who actually finds Plopsky through that smoke. Letcro getting very lucky there, but that reload will give away his position, and Sanji might try and act on it. The smoke going down. Sanji gets hit by it, but it won't stop him in his tracks. He moves through, getting that frag, but not getting the B bomb site. He respects the smoke. Stays behind the sandbags. NiP rotate down towards B, but now AVANGAR can play the mid-round. Now they can play the 3-on-3.
Yeah, and these 3-on-3s, right now, they feel horrible for both of these teams, right? If you're NiP, you don't know where AVANGAR are anymore. The last player that you saw was over here towards short. He hasn't shown his head. They could be in connector. They could be pushing up through mid, so they assemble this boost to try and get some semblance of control back at the B-bomb site. And they spot that Molotov coming in from short. Now a second. They know that there's 2 players here at the very least, so the rotation's coming in. Bomb looking to go down, and Get Right stopped it for the time being. AVANGAR pushed off of the site, and this is such a weird round, such a stalemate here down towards B. Both teams vying for control, and it's split down the middle, but finally James coming to life on that AWP keeps things in the advantage of AVANGAR, and now it's Rez, a Deagle, and a Dream up in the heavens, hoping that one of these players meanders out into his crosshair. He's doing damage onto Sanji, but not quite able to find the kill, and with that bomb now getting planted. They know that Rez is here, and this is such a hard position to do anything from. Sanji makes quick work of him. It's AVANGAR back in the lead, 10-9. AWP carried forward. Rifle for Sanji. And money starting to build up once again.
And NiP, they completely fall into that trap set by AVANGAR in the 3-on-3, right? They slow it down originally, which makes NiP question whether it's A. They keep 2 players down towards B, and then when AVANGAR actually take the site and cancel the plant because James is getting spammed, they just stop and hold. They go, okay, NiP are in pit, they're close, they're going to be tempted to fight, let's just wait. And NiP, they fall for it. They move forward, they try and aggress, and AVANGAR are just scoped in on the angles. James takes the advantage back, and then they just close out the 2v1. So really nice slow pace from AVANGAR, constantly making teams sweat, constantly making teams second guess themselves, and now a faster B approach. NiP may have the triple boost, but it is coming too late. AVANGAR already all over the beast.
Yeah, this is a weird one.
Oh no.
Oh no!
It's a barbecue, Harry!
It is! The Swedes are on fire! They're burning, but they are actually getting kills. The pistols are...
Oh no!
Oh dear. Oh, well, that's messy. Good utility usage from AVANGAR, though. Oh, that's a counter to the triple boost if you ever did see one. Just get into B and then Molotov, and while they're on fire, you throw some nades in. Really just throwing whatever they can at the wall and seeing what's stuck, and it was the blood of the Swedeman. So 11-9 right now, 2 rounds between these 2 teams. Rifles back out for NiP. No AWP in sight, though, so that problem of having no one to go toe-to-toe with Jay may be going to start to show its head once again.
Sanji has 7 grand, he's still on a Mac 10. This man does not slow down. It has been working, though. He's been finding these B picks. Lecro pushed into the tunnel. Got to be careful. James has hit those smoke shots just rounds ago. Just trying to make sure no one's moved through that utility and a dread. Oof. Bit of damage going his way, or not his way, but onto him. 27 HP. That's a good nade, but Get Right will just move back and avoid it. Sees it coming. Actually, no, it didn't even go over the wall. Just missed by a few centimeters. Either way, successful early damage for NiP. They do have good map control. Forest inside of the toilets is going to get flashed, and wow, that popped so late. He gets caught. Has to give it up. Knows that AVANGAR could be pushed, and they are up through long toilets. Sanji's taking control. Rez is waiting there, but he won't get met with anyone for the time being. Remember, that bomb is still down towards B, so AVANGAR are only using these 2 topside players to sell a bit of fake to keep NiP in position, keep them stuck, but he's getting stuck in. He's pushed into B already. AVANGAR have been given the room to get out through Monster, but how much further will they get?
Well, they're at the pillar. They're closing the distance. There's Lecro still that kind of unknown entity, and now he's made his presence known down in the pit. Get Right doubling up. The kills come back through for Adren. And he needs Sanji on this Mac 10 over towards short now more than ever to try and help him out. Actually, ooh, how did that damage just get done onto Lecro down in the pit? I'm not even sure who did that. That might have been Adren just catching him on the peak in that millisecond. The Mac 10 does damage on Forest up in the heavens. Oh, surely not. This was looking so good for NiP. And now a Mac 10 is all that separates them from this round. Ooh. But Sanji is very proficient with this weapon. Mac 10 and a clutch. 1v2, and it's not going to happen. He gets shut down. Is there time for the defuse, though? It's so close. And NiP, they just get it. 10-11.
And 8 points of health remaining.
I don't even know what's going on. This is, you know, what happens in Moscow stays in Moscow with these guys right now, because this is a bloodbath of a match. And there's still rounds left, Hugo. This could very well go the full 30. This feels like an overtime game waiting to happen.
I mean, that clutch, Harry, that was born and bred for Sanji there, right? Mac 10, 1-on-2, that was his 8 moment, health, man. That was bomb down. Moment. It doesn't get much better than that, but getting, you know, caught on the repeak there, the little head angle taken inside of the pit, always a tough one to deal with. A nice try regardless, and Sanji is certainly showing up today. Not quite as much as Jane, but another note is Get Right? He had 4 kills, was it, in that first half. He's already up to 10. He's already over doubled his frag count moving into the second half, and we're not even, you know, deep into this game yet. We're not even into the 25 rounds, so a huge recovery where it matters most here for NiP, but they are not out of the woods yet, Harry. 10-11. Ninja's picking up a sole lone round after a 3 streak from AVANGAR, who still have money to play with. AWP out for Forest, though, and he does have a bit of a spawn, so let's see if he decides to get aggressive. Could even go towards connector here, but no, he's just setting up utility instead, trying to deny early presence for AVANGAR. They're not going to hesitate, though. Just use a smoke on that, get right through it. I like this boost, though. Not the most common one.
No, certainly not. It's great just to catch a player off guard and get one or maybe even 2 kills on the back of it and then disassemble and try and get back into that A-bomb site. You do have to be a bit careful of the connector position. That is one thing you have to bear in mind. If players get out through the connector, they are very close to you. And that's why Get Right's ready and waiting there with the smoke grenade. So that if any unwanted participants show up to the party, he can show them the door. Forest, the bouncer, homed in over towards connector. Actually, not going to get the peak that he wanted. Sanji looked like he was going to go out and try and work middle with the rest of the gang. And now actually rearing off and heading back through the connector. The bomb's been retrieved by Kicker. He will head over towards the A side of the map, joining the rest of the team. So finally this boost is about to get triggered. They've waited all round long, and they get the reward from it. Now Get Right drops the smoke. Rez is allowed to get back safely, and NiP, stellar job of getting that early man advantage.
The big question mark here is the time. There's 30 seconds left. Now that's a great Molotov, but Get Right's just pushing the side of the smoke, so it won't even affect him. It will just tick behind him. Get Right can even swap positions. They've pushed through. He can just go back and get a free kill, but Kicker's found Rez on the site already. Get Right can't retrieve the gun, and he can't get much further. Shot in the back of the head at 17 seconds, and AVANGAR, they need this bomb plant right here, right now. NiP desperately trying to rotate back up from lower, and Adren's deep inside of the site. They've only got to worry about truck. This plant still not in, 6 seconds, and AVANGAR just get those numbers down in time. The retake is on for the ninjas, but they've not exactly got the utility for it.
Yeah, it's down to the wire, but that bomb plant now extends this round out, and it's NiP to have to make the first move. 2 players falling off into the toilets and Sanji holding long. These post plants are well and truly solidified. You already highlighted the lack of utility for NiP, so the shots have to be found instead. Great opener from Forest, but Jame, oh, he's fast! And now Forest alone, 1v2, and he bows out. He gives Jame the respect. He does not want to go walking into the railgun. AVANGAR, 12-10. I don't know, man. I don't know what James been. I don't know how he's been practicing or what, but his flicks have been remarkable in this match thus far. 29-10. I mean, he is just having the game of a lifetime right now.
Just Jame, mate. Please find out what serial he eats. This man is mental. Almost 30 bombing before we've even hit the end of the game. And I don't think he's going to stop anytime soon, Harry. That AWP may be saved, but it also doesn't seem to be, you know, any kind of combat to Jame. We've not seen NiP get away with one of these aggressive early picks. The advantage does go their way in that round from having the boost, but AVANGAR still getting away with their 12th. The money now broken for NiP. Just Forest on this AWP and pistols surrounding it. Popsky dodging from the flash, but it won't matter because AVANGAR are slowly and surely gaining map control. Not towards B short though, just moving through the connector. Forest trying to find openers. They're going to hear players moving up through con towards A, so that's why the boost gets deconstructed. NiP wanting to either get aggressive in B short or rotate. That's a nice shot. Forest, as the door blows up, taking down Sanji. And he even spots across towards the right side as well, so more info for Forest, but Adren's not giving him the kill, just choosing to smoke off the exit. And Forest, if he can decide to rotate quickly up towards A and try and deal with this push. It's definitely looking like an A play. AVANGAR have lost control down towards B, and they're trying to speed up the pace before this orb rotates back up.
Yeah, but now, I mean, with Jame kind of spotting a few of these players migrating around in the site and just, you know, being a bit antsy, maybe he anticipates that there's players already rotated up. They have Buster close. But now on the back of killing this man down in connector, I feel like AVANGAR, they might just retreat. And Kicker has players moving past him. They've gotten by. This is a very, very unorthodox round of Counter-Strike, and that's putting it politely. Adren
Bomb.
trying to help out, but yeah, that bomb is in the prying eyes of Forest. Things could get really bad now, and here's Get Right wrapping round. Uh-oh, it's all falling apart. Jame, 1-on-2, 15 seconds. Time is of the essence. He's got to get this bomb, but before that, it's come back down. It's all come Jame, the AWPs, they just love him. They won't leave him alone. And now that might be his demise.
Oh, the silence USP, Harry. Yeah. No idea where it's coming from. Get Right. What a round from him, man. He may not be, you know, top of the scoreboard right now, but the impact rather that he's having in these last few rounds has just been superb. Jame, I mean, even attempting to get rid of the orb, that's not something I expected to see. Trying to get rid of the meme.
Yeah,
but now he's just making it worse.
He wasn't even trying to get rid of just one. He was getting rid of two. You know, like 2 for Tuesday over in James' neck of the woods. He's throwing them over, but that's the problem, man. Everyone kind of says it's like he's got a weird bond with the orb. It didn't want to leave him either. It just disobeyed all laws of gravity, man. Climbing back over the fence. Gate crashes the party, and James falls at the very end. So another round for NiP, and let's not forget, I mean, you know, we laugh, we joke about how that round ends just because it was a very odd round, how it shaped up. But for NiP, they had an AWP in that round, and that was it. Forrest was the only man with anything to play with. It was pistols for the rest of the gang, and they've managed to find an 11th, keeping the dream alive now on this CT side. AVANGAR back to the drawing board, and in a pretty big way. I mean, lots of SMGs, CZ over on James. This really kind of feels like it has to be a bit of a faster round from AVANGAR.
Yeah, I mean, the hesitation up towards A gave room for NiP to re-aggress in the toilets, and that's what won them the round alongside Forrest's AWP. So AVANGAR looking to go fast and furious, but Plopsky's going to feed the beast. He runs down towards B. As is still here, there's no flashbang coming through, but the jump from Buster. It's a trade from Letcro. That bomb tumbling down, and Letcro's only good for one more. A 2-on-2 in the first 20 seconds of the round, and AVANGAR are going to be more than happy with that. They can really start to make NiP question themselves. Both now armed, both with AKs. And with the bomb under their control, they can silently slip back into the mist. NiP, how do they choose to play this? The options are split, 1-1 per bomb site, or double up and hope for the best. And they're going to decide to do exactly that, moving both up towards A. And right now, it seems like the right call. AVANGAR coming in through T-spawn and looking to take over long.
And I mean, I love this, right? You look at NiP, you look at the two players that are left in this round. It's Forrest and Get Right. It is the old guard of NiP. These 2 years under their belts together, so they need to show why that's important now more than ever. Kicker and James, not 2 people you want to be tangling with on the other side of things, but no, they've cleared out toilets, and now they believe they've figured this out. They start to rotate in through connector. Forrest is up in heaven, and AVANGAR, they just walk into an empty site. Nobody's home. The lights are on, but it's barren, and now that bomb can go down. The smoke's gonna fall, and Forrest, he hears it. He'll call for the rotation of Get Right back round. With that bomb plant, this round is by no means over, but it means that NiP, they're the ones on the clock now. They're the ones that have to make a play, and Get Right, he might be the man to do it. Kicker getting bested, and Forrest following up the round, going the way of the Swedes. 12-12, it's Get Right and Forrest coming alive there to lock that one down.
Yeah, I mean, they may have made interesting decisions to re-aggress. I like the call from NiP to re-aggress there, and they might have had the misinformation thinking it was B, but it actually comes back to help them, because AVANGAR, they get the bomb down and they go, where the hell are NiP, right? Where are these guys? Like, I didn't even know where to expect either of those rotations to come through. Kicker gets quickly flanked from connector, and yeah, Forrest is walking up dumpster. James just didn't seem ready for that fight, so NiP, they may have given up a bomb plant, but they take a very, very successful retake to find their 12th round. AVANGAR, bit of money from that bomb plant. Kicker will be on the AK, but by and large, it is just pistols here for this T side. And this is where NiP are now somewhat in control of the game, Harry. If they win this round, then they're going to be back in the lead with a vengeance. Scary situation for AVANGAR to be in, considering at one point this was so favorable for them.
I mean, this was 8-3 in favor of AVANGAR, like the most one-sided point in time, and that was on the back of a 5-0 start. So to see it tied up now, 12-12, with the economy, as you say, NiP in full control in that regard, you're bang on. It's that they are in the driver's seat. They're the ones who look like they could close this out. AVANGAR are now having to fight back. And it's a B play here. They have gotten into the site, and actually that bomb goes down very, very quickly with little resistance from NiP, but suddenly the reinforcements are in, and the cavalry has arrived. It's Letcro and Plopsky shutting it down. Adren left up all alone. What can he do with his D? Ultimately, it's not going to be much. Plopsky, Letcro, locking in a 13th.
Yeah, I'm just loving these decisions from NiP to give up bomb sites, to give AVANGAR plants only to play for retakes. When you have those retakes so successfully going in your favor, AVANGAR are having a really rough time on this T side. 4 rounds to their name so far in the half. And NiP, I mean, what's that? Out of all the rounds that NiP have won, they've all been retakes except one. So that just shows how successful NiP are once the bomb goes down. They seem to be very on top of how AVANGAR are playing their post-plants on this map.
In the last 9 rounds, 7 of them have had that bomb go down. So, I mean, yeah, NiP are just playing this very retake-orientated setup over on the CT side.
Not always, you know, coming down to their own choice. Not always their own decision.
Definitely not. Oh, no, kicker.
Yeah, I saw that, actually.
He got blocked by the train.
Tried to flash short, and yeah.
Man, if the train came at the same time every game, might not be that bad. But
even then, you're not going to waste time learning the train timing. Get real here, Rez. Caught up on long.
I mean, where's this map set? Isn't it Germany? Don't the trains never run on time in Germany anyway? Like, I hear everyone complains about it.
They say they're efficient. I don't know. I'm not a man of trains.
More of planes and automobiles. But man advantage in this round for AVANGAR. And they're high flying, high fragging in this round. Kicker getting thrown that AK, so he's been given a bit more meat to work with.
Yeah, he just threw the Mach 10 to Buster, who's on 12 HP, right? Not a game where you want to give Buster the AWP over James, who's nearing 30 kills, but give him the weaker weapon so Kicker can get more done. That's not going to be what you want, though. Kicker getting caught by the repeat. Molotov going in towards barrels, but Lekro's also pushed up on short, and he can shut down the split. AVANGAR getting picked apart one by one, and that nade could do lethal damage. It will. Buster getting finished off. James gone as well, and Adren doesn't realize Popsky's just spamming him through the wall. Not any trades coming through from AVANGAR down on that B bomb site. And yeah, just looking very, very split up, going in one by one. Obviously, not all down to their own decision, right? Forest forcing a fight by re-peeking down Monster and Sanji coming out of the connector alone. But still, these are fights that are going so well for NiP. And now, not only 14 rounds, Harry, but the economy solidified. Not only for them, but gone for AVANGAR. A solo AK up against 14 rounds. This is not how they wanted this game to go.
And NiP, they owe so much to Lekro, right? He has just been a rock in this map thus far. He is top of the charts. Every time a site take seems to come in, Lekro is always there, and he's at least getting 2. That's kind of what we've been able to bank on. And when you have a player like that within your squad, that can already be, you know, more than half the battle won. This round, the bomb getting retrieved early on over towards ramp. AVANGAR, they're not looking to play late into this round. They've already retrieved this. This is something that, you know, usually you see them spread out, take that default, they loop back round, they get the bomb later on, and they make their decisions based on the mid round. This time, that bomb's retrieved. They've only got pistols, that one AK, as you say, so they just want to explode into one of these bomb sites, rather. Not a bomb site, but let's see if they do get rear-ended here as they head in towards the A side of things. Rez holding close and waiting on the other side of this smoke. He has got a whirlwind about to come his way. Will he stand the test of time? Flash going in, and Rez, oh no, dear. It's a team flash, he's shut them down, and he's in the enemy lines, he's still fighting, and they finally shut him up. They finally get the kill, but it's into the arms of Get Right and Forest they go. Sanji left up standing, and NiP, match point here, 15-12, what a series from them. And one more round is all that separates them from taking this matchup, beating major finalists AVANGAR, a team that went 0-3 at the major, a team that has a player about to step away and head towards retirement. And they've really come in guns blazing here on Overpass. I'm so excited now to see not only how these last few rounds shape up, but how both these teams look throughout the rest of this event. This just got so much more interesting.
Yeah, you know, you got to say props to NiP for getting to this position, but AVANGAR are certainly starting to show little gaps in their play, right? That team flash is a huge error to be pulling up against 14 rounds, and it's going to cost them a lot more than they can imagine. James, he's been silent for the last 5 rounds. Still sitting on 29 kills. He's yet to reach that 30 bomb. Lekro's the same, but no need. 15-12, and AVANGAR need to go flawless from this point onwards to get overtime. Run boost out long, trying to set James up. But no one here from NiP side of things. Forest is sitting towards long, but more passive on the A side with that AWP. At least a chance to retreat from this position easier. Rez is going to move up as well. AVANGAR still Still taking their time with this round. They've got one player outside of B. That's going to be Kick It alone, but by and large, looking like that toilet's play. 50 seconds for them to do so. And oh dear, Forest finds a gap in that smoke and he exploits it perfectly, pushing through to find a Dren. Now, Bus is going to try and grab that weapon that was dropped up on Long, but Rez, he's heard these footsteps and he's going to continue to hear Buster get closer. He knows that this fight is coming through and successful in it. 5-on-3 right now for the Ninjas. AVANGAR, desperation play needed.
And I mean, AVANGAR, a team that always looks so feisty, always looks so in control of the most unmanageable situations, now seem to have that passion, that fire sucked out from them. And it's only Sanji left, 1v5, 15 seconds. This isn't happening. NiP are going to take this first matchup, and they do. They win it, and reasonably convincingly towards the end there, right? It was a very tumultuous start. It was very back and forth in that middle stage. But towards the end, NiP, they chain 6 rounds together and they take this looking confident, a bit more belief instilled over in the NiP camp. And for AVANGAR, it's checking into Heartbreak Hotel right now, right? You drop that opening map, you drop this opening series rather, and it was versus a team that, you know, so many people had AVANGAR pegged to beat.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to look at the recovery of some of those players moving into the second half as well. Someone like Get Right, for example, we've already talked about Letcrow, you know, playing absolutely phenomenally, dropping 31 kills in that map. But, you know, Get Right, 4 kills at halftime. He ends with 16. Think about the amount of rounds that him and Forest won single-handedly for their side. So, yeah, huge plays from the NiP side of things and able to win a game that, you know, at one point, as we said, 8-3 for AVANGAR. Dominant start, you know, really confident stuff. AVANGAR looking like the team that we just saw at the major. And boom, there we go. NiP find the win. So props to them. That's the first best of one